Yeah, here we go, folks. The unemployment numbers are here. Over 40 million Americans in these new numbers out from the Bureau of Labor Statistics have just filed for unemployment during the pandemic. 40 million Americans. The real jobless rate is over 23.9%. That means that just last week, more than 2.1 million Americans filed initial unemployment claims. That's unbelievable. That brings the total jobless claims since mid-March to a staggering 40.8 million. 40.8 million. Another 2.1 just filing for unemployment last week. You know, just to put that in some perspective for you, where we were during the height of the recession in 2009 was October of 2009, when we neared about 10% unemployment. 40 million now jobless claims in the last 10 weeks. 40 million. And yet the Senate is on vacation. What are people going to do when these unemployment benefits expire at the end of June or the end of July? And the Trump administration has basically is not going to update its economic forecast this summer, which is what they would normally do. Which for decades, the White House would have a midsummer sort of economic forecast. But because of the pandemic, I think, and because we're in election year, the White House doesn't want to come out with those numbers in the middle of the summer to say what is actually happening. So we won't know basically until the fall where things actually sit. But these projections are all obsolete anyway, because what we thought we were going to see this summer is totally different than what has unfolded. Remember, unemployment was at 3.5% in February, 3.5%. And now we're sitting over the actual jobless rate at 23.9%. I just don't understand how the stock market, U.S. stocks are rising. I don't get it. Early trading this morning after these numbers from the S&P 500 shows that it's higher. But the NASDAQ went down a little bit. But European markets are up because of what's going on in the Eurozone with their stimulus. I just don't understand Wall Street. So again, more than 40 million claims have now been filed since the pandemic took hold. The Commerce Department said that the U.S. economy also shrank at 5% in the first 3 months of this year. That was a revision of their 4.8% drop. Manufactured goods plunged 17% after a 16% drop back in March. I just don't understand stocks on Wall Street having finished higher for the last 2 days. I don't get it. If you've ever been so out of whack thinking about Wall Street when you compare it to the rest of the economy, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So again, if you're just joining us here, U.S. jobless claims have now passed 40 million. Another 2.1 million unemployment claims filed just last week. I'm looking at the S&P 500 right now. It's up. It's up over 3,000 points. The Dow is up, and the NASDAQ is up right now, right at this second. How do you get these numbers? Passing 40 million unemployed. There's absolute call for this next round of stimulus, as people are running out of money quickly and out of jobs and not able to pay their rent, not able to pay their mortgages, not able to buy groceries. And I just hear you see the stock market continues to go up because they see these other stimulus packages taking hold, the European Union, Japan, and other places, and Australia and Canada. So here we go, 40 million unemployed. And I said this a few weeks ago. I said we were going to hit 40 million before June. Here we are. How many of you think in the chat right now think it's going to go well beyond that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. How high do you think that this is going to go? But again, this is breaking news from the Labor Department out moments ago with the rate and why this rate is so much higher than before. It's so much higher right now than Germany. And I don't know why they're on totally different planets. But again, Germany's stimulus plan, European stimulus plan in place. It's amazing. They have similar pain from different things, but they have completely different unemployment rates right now because of the way that they've supported companies and workers. The way that Australia has supported companies and workers. Germany rolled out what was called Kurzarbeit. I have to go back to my German in high school days, Kurzarbeit, which was called short time work, and basically cut workers' hours, but then also subsidized. So it allowed them to cut hours, be protected so they're not there, and also was able to subsidize their employment. Like Australia, under their Job Keepers program right here, under Australia's Job Keepers program, which was a major economic stimulus package, which now the Australian government is going to look at extending beyond September, where they pay $1,500 per person per employee and subsidize the wages of those businesses. And they're looking right now to continue it beyond September. They had a meeting yesterday and they said, you know what? We think it's going to get worse before it gets better. We better extend this through the end of the year. Can we not learn from these other countries, please? I'm begging you. Senate, enjoy your vacation. I know you've got a few more days of vacation while millions of Americans are out of work and hurting right now. Maybe when you come back next week, you can actually put something in place. And hopefully it won't be some paltry little package that only lines the pockets of lobbyists. How about that? Just a thought. The millions of Americans that are hurting right now. I hear from them right here on this show. Just read the comment thread to see how many people are struggling out of work, can't pay their bills, can't get medicine for their family, can't support other members of their family, and they would love to. They'd love to be able to take them in and support them out of work. Unbelievable. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, folks, but there you have it, the breaking news, 40 million unemployment in this country right now.